In this world, we have been left behind by the gods of Olympus. After defeating the great titans, Zeus, Hades, Poseidon, and the other gods have returned to their acropolis above, but not before making their mark. Now their children seek to prove themselves and survive against the dangerous world of mythical beasts, monsters, and worse. Welcome to Origins of Olympus.
Welcome back to another day in Origins of Olympus. I think it's time that we work on something that we've been needing to do for a little bit here, alright? Because, like, the thing is that I got this new frying pan recently, and it's actually pretty good, but I'm not really used to combat with a frying pan. Like, I'm just going to be honest, it's not really something that I'm well-versed in, but I certainly need to be, because, like, when I was sparring with my brother, he was really, really skilled at the frying pan. So I need to develop some skills with one for sure, but it's just not really my strong suit right now. So we're gonna need to increase our skill with it, obviously. And the best course of action to do that would be start training with it. But I don't want to train in the camp because, well, everybody can kind of like learn my strategies if I do that. And then also it's just annoying. Like you have to share training dummies with other campers. Like that gets annoying really quickly. So what we're actually gonna do is we're gonna build our own training room inside of our little basement labyrinth sort of setup we got going on here. And I think that's gonna help give us a lot more like privacy when we train, and that's when we really vitally need, like, just to be straight up honest, because I'm sick and tired of having to share the little dummies with other people. Like it just doesn't work out well. Like I need my own space, and honestly, like the other campers can't compete. Like when I'm training, I need all the dummies at once, you know? And like I don't want to stop them from training and say like, oh, you have to leave, because like it's probably not the best course of action. I'm sure some of the camp counselors wouldn't really like me doing that, but we're gonna work on just a little training room, nothing crazy here. Like I don't need anything too big or anything like that. I just need something simplistic enough just so there's room for some training dummies, and that's honestly like about it. So we're just gonna make a nice little room in here, and we're gonna be using these lava bricks here because they just look cool, plain and simple. We're just making it look cool in here. You know, we got to change it up a little bit, change the aesthetic. It's the first area that isn't purple. We also can practice fighting with our new armor in here as well. It's, you know, we have our manual and cleaver here to get used to, and we also have the frying pan, which we need to adapt to the way that you fight with it, because there are some new sort of abilities that you can do when using a frying pan as your weapon, and we don't really like have those mastered yet, and we're gonna master them, that's for sure. They will definitely be mastered in due time, but we're just not quite there yet, but we're almost. So we can't be like too hard on ourselves, because we're gonna learn them. Even though we're relatively new to the use of the frying pan, we will adapt in time, so we don't have to worry too much, but I definitely want to get better at using it. And then also with our cleaver, we need to practice timing just a little bit here, and we're gonna have to do a little bit of forming of the terrain above us, just because well, quite frankly, a little bit of this glowstone is going to be shown under the bridge unless we do. And well, I think we want to make sure that's a little more discreet here. Just, you know, we don't need everybody to know that I have a basement over here. Like the whole point of the basement is not people like don't come down it that often, you know? Like it's supposed to be like my area, and like no one else is supposed to touch it. So what we're going to do is we're going to end up removing a little bit of this fence here. And I just broke some glowstone. Okay, this pickaxe we made is just too good, quite frankly. And what we're gonna do is like this, and we can't let anybody know we're doing this. I'm not sure if destroying the wall is even like within camp rules, but well, I mean, they're gonna have to make an exception for me. Like they're just gonna have to. So we'll do something like that, and let's break that there. And there we go. And like that. All right, so it seems like we've covered up our tracks as far as that we have a training room, but we got to go ahead and get some of these training dummies placed in there. And then we do need to do some other stuff as well in here because, well, this isn't really enough. Just having training dummies like lined up against the walls. I feel like we could do a little better than that. So we got it looking like this so far, and it's already looking decent. Like we can already start our training here with the charge move, you know, with the charge swing attack. And then of course this, and if I want to, I can actually walk down here and we can see the different moves, the different abilities that a frying pan can do. It's a heavy weapon with knockback. It also goes boing. And you right click and it gives you a heavy blow, which that's what we're trying to master, the art of that move right here, because, well, I think it'll do a lot of damage once we kind of get used to it. So we need to practice that for sure. And then also just the timing of our cleaver, because quite frankly, part of the reason we lost the fight to our brother, you know, was, well, obviously we weren't trying our hardest and we were tired, obviously. But no, on the real though, it was mostly I'm not really skilled in my new weapons that I've been acquiring. I haven't really been training as much as I should. And the other campers are starting to get more balanced and even with me because of that. So, thankfully though, once we keep on training, we will be able to get even stronger. And another thing that I want to look for is I'm thinking we could do a little better in the door department possibly, but I'm not really sure what kind of door to make because I don't think we can make many doors. So we might just end up leaving that. Or here, we can actually make a better door, I think. So let's go ahead. We can make some dark oak doors instead of the oak door. I'm down for that just because these oak doors, they're not really like that great. I feel like you can kind of like see through a little bit, you know? I don't really want any windows so people can just like peep into my places. Like, I don't need people spying on me, all right? Like, I'm not saying the other campers are going to spy on me, but like they might spy on me at some point, and I just want to be prepared in case that ever happens, you know? And then another thing we're going to do in this room here is I think we got to kind of like almost maybe start setting up some stuff for magic. I don't know. It might be something we might want to start doing, is getting into spells a little bit and all. Now, where is my spell casting table? Right here. My arcane workbench is right there. And I also have a lucky sword we can look at, but I don't think we're going to worry about that today. That's not really a priority. But we're going to get the arcane workbench just placed down in here. This is going to become our magic place as well as our training place. And we do have to kind of figure out what we want to do. Like, I know I have a diabolical wand, but I don't really know what spell I should get, or like what even spells I should try to get, or how I should do that. So we're gonna have to look into that and see if we can like maybe find a spell. Like, I'm pretty sure we can find spells out in the world, you know, if we try really hard enough. So we might have to do that. I feel like that's honestly the right approach. Like, we're gonna have to go look for a spell. That's gonna be a necessity, and I feel like we should do that really, really soon. So I think preparing to go find a spell might be smart. And what I actually want to do is maybe I should take the arcane workbench with me, my diabolical wand with me. And we're gonna need more food because we want to be prepared for this trip, of course, but there's gonna be that. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna train for a little bit, and then we're gonna go look for a spell, because I feel like that's pretty much like a vital thing that we really should do. I feel like that could be really, really smart and really, really efficient. So I'm just gonna train here for a little bit, and then we will head on into the world of Origins of Olympus and try to find a spell pretty soon, because we're gonna need a spell. Like, in due time, we're gonna need one, because when we were doing the sparring session, everybody else has all these spells and I don't really have one yet. And I think it's time I acquire a spell. So we're gonna need to see the best approach for this. I'm just hoping that there's somewhere in the world we can find like someone to help me out, or we can find just a spell book and we can figure it out from there, or what is going to be the best course of action, because quite frankly, I don't really know. But I guess we'll start the adventure soon.